Hi, everyone. Welcome to Curated by Beckta Meal Kit number 16 for the week of September 9th through 12th. And welcome back to school for those kids and parents out there who are getting their kids back off to school. I'm sure it's a crazy and strange and nervous and exciting time. So we decided to do a menu that was all about comfort this week in order to offer some comfort during this crazy time. Yeah, some really beautiful dishes tonight, taken up to the next notch, but really a lot of comfort as the base. So we've got what I'm calling a kick-ass Caesar salad. So in addition to the traditional stuff, fresh romaine, a beautiful Caesar dressing, tons of capers, but we've got some chunky pancetta and we've got some Fogo Island shrimp because you know how much we love Fogo Island. And we try to find any way we can to support these guys who support their community so well. So we're going to mix that up. And then we've got a sous vide and brined local Perth pork chop. So we did this one many moons ago in the first few weeks, and it was such a hit that we decided to bring it back for a little comfort. So why don't we jump right in and get started? So I'm gonna start with course number two, and then we'll come back to the Caesar salad while things are working in the oven. So I've got the polenta on the stove warming up. It's a creamy polenta. It's just delicious, and you don't have to do much other than just heat it up. You can adjust the seasoning a little bit for yourself if you want. Pork chops. I always love putting them in a cast iron pan. Now we're going to just season it up a little bit with salt and pepper. And we're going to get this guy going on too for the veggies. If you've ordered this before, you know that one of my favorite things to cook with is grapeseed oil because it has a high smoking content and it's a very neutral oil. It doesn't add a ton of flavor to it. Where oftentimes olive oil, if you cook it a little bit too much, it burns and you get that sort of bitterness. And we don't want to do that. So that's why we're doing this. And we've got a sauce Robert, an old school French sauce, which is basically a Dijon mustard demi-glaze, which is a super big reduction of beef bones. And it's just so tasty. So some great things going on, but pork is going to be first. Get that pan nice and hot. Pork is ready. The veg is ready to go, bubbling away, doing there. So while the pan is getting hot, the Caesar salad is really easy. So you take your shrimp, put them right in there, and you take your capers, and you take most of your dill, leave a little bit out to garnish because I always love fresh herbs on top. That's green freshness just gives it such an appealing and appetizing quality. And of course, pancetta, which is one of my favorite things in the world to eat. It's like really great bacon. Parmesan's going to go on top at the end. And then we're going to put our dressing. Now the dressing has been seasoned nicely, so you really shouldn't have to add salt and pepper to this dish at all. We're going to do a little cracked pepper on top just a little extra spice and for texture and for color. There we go. So pan should be ready to go. I'm going to put the pork chops in there. Now these are cooked, but they're just barely cooked because we want you to be able to get a nice sear on them. So they're cooked to 57 degrees is what my chef tells me. Done sous vide, which makes it super tender as opposed to regular pork chops that can be very tough normally. So we're going to sear them on each side, just brown them, caramelize them about 2 minutes a side. It's going to go very fast. And in the meantime, the veg we can start putting in there as well. Sort of a medium-high heat. You're going to want to add a little bit of salt and pepper to this. Now, I'm recording this meal kit last week for those of you who are watching because I'm going to be working from a cottage this coming week because I want to get away a little bit with my family as we're getting into the school year, just to have a couple days to just relax. Of course, there's lots of work going on, but if we're at a cottage that we borrowed from a friend, then why not use it, right? So pork chops are looking good. I'm going to get some tongs for this guy. And those tongs are actually going to be tossing my salad, Caesar salad with the Fogo shrimp. So much for just basic Caesar. The shrimp are just lovely. Mm. They've been poached in a variety of herbs and spices. Give it a really nice flavor while still having them very soft. This is not the run-of-the-mill shrimp that you'll get in the grocery store. Okay, pork chops, almost there. We want a little bit more on the sear. Keep the veggies going. And while we're doing all of this, I want to do a shout out to a couple people this week. So the first one is a huge regular of ours, Mary. So she's been ordering for 12 weeks now. And I just want to say thank you. Thanks for ordering and thanks for reaching out to us because she offered some great feedback. So anyone who has been ordering from us, we'd love your feedback. We'd love your emails. We'd love you to just let us know what you're thinking about the kits. What do you want to see more of, less of? In Mary's case, it was she wanted to see less tarts on dessert. Well, guess what, Mary? We heard you, but we're already planning this anyway. Tonight, there's no tarts. We've got a beautiful carrot cake. Actually, I've pre-plated it, so I'll show it to you now. Carrot cake is one of my favorite things. We've got some candied walnuts here. I grabbed a couple blueberries and some mint out of my fridge in order to just gussy it up because I always like presentation is important. Okay, so the pork chops are looking good. We're going to throw those in the oven. 400 degrees, and let's looking in here. Place an oven for 4 minutes until cooked to your desired temperature. I need to add a note to rest. Very important to rest your meat. All the juices go back to the center, so I'm actually going to get a little resting rack ready. My son this afternoon decided to make some cookies out of the blue to do some ice cream sandwiches at home, so he's used most of the rack for resting. I'm going to turn up the sauce Robert just a little bit, get it nice and warm. The polenta is bubbling away nicely. That's going to be a great base. Another big shout out that I want to give tonight is to a woman who has been instrumental in our curated program. Alinda Paolo, she just retired from Curated by Beckta because she's going back to school to actually learn how to be an entrepreneur, which I'm so proud of her for. It's an exciting time for her, and I hope that I get the chance to help with her entrepreneurial ventures going forward, because, you know, I love people who want to strike out on their own and to do something and to create their own business. And in her case, she wants to do some maternity wear. And gently used, and it's, you know, there has been a big niche for it. I remember how much we enjoyed it when my wife was pregnant, and I hope that Lynn has huge success in that. But if any of you have ordered a few times, you've probably worked with Lynn over the last few months, and, you know, she's amazing, full of love for this profession, for hospitality, for just caring about people, and for what we did and what we're doing. And we're going to miss you, Lynn. Just thanks for all of the amazingness that you've done for us and for our guests over the years. So, Caesar salad, again, we want to top with dill. First, we're going to add some of the Parmesan cheese shavings that you see on there. Divide this up equally between the two plates. I think I know which one is going to be the photo one. And then the fresh dill on top. Now, dill is just a natural accompaniment to shellfish. All right. Okay, our veggies are almost done. I'm going to turn that guy off, nice and caramelized. So here's a little high-end comfort. So our Caesar salad with capers, crispy pancetta, fresh shaved Parmesan, and some Fogo Island shrimp. Going to push that along. Get ready for our main course plates. I also want to tell you guys about the wine, the Bechtel Wine Club that we are launching this week. Super exciting. For those of you who love the surprise wines, you're going to love this. Um, so we are going to seek out, and we are seeking out amazing producers that only we are carrying in um, the Ottawa area, the Eastern Ontario area. And so what you do is if you want to sign up, it's a 3-month package. So once a month, you get this incredible box of wine. It could be 2 bottles of wine. It could be 5 bottles of wine, depending on the value of the wines. It could be from a region or from a producer or a particular style or even a grape variety. And we just send it to your home once a month at the end of the month on a Wednesday or Thursday with the snack kit that week. It could be marinated olives. It could be some spiced nuts. It could be some truffle popcorn. And then we partnered with Jacobson Cheese in Beechwood to be able to do some beautiful cheese add-ons for it as well, that are really paired to the wines that we're serving. Anyway, we're launching it this week, and so you can go on the site and sign it up if you really like the surprises. And speaking of surprises, we actually, instead of having 1 wine pairing this week, we've got 3 wine pairings. So that's why I'm not talking about them tonight. I am drinking a delicious Rueda, but you might be getting something different. Because we found some amazing products that we want to share, but there's not enough for everyone to have the exact same wines. So we're going to try to mix it up. So this week is a surprise. So Connor, our wine director, he spends a lot of his time just sourcing out these beautiful products. It's a lot of polenta. Chef Rich, you were right. You sent us a little extra. We'll have this for leftovers tomorrow. Okay, pork chops ready to go. Take these out. That's looking gorgeous. And we're just gonna rest them for a couple minutes. The rule of thumb is typically half the time that it took to cook. Well, the bulk of the cooking was done in advance here, so that takes away some of it. Yeah, honestly, if you rest it for 2 minutes, it's gonna get exactly the stuff that you're looking for. Cheers. Mm. Um, Let's see, I've talked about the mystery wines. I've talked about the Bechtel Wine Club. So yeah, just check it out. It's a new section to our Curated by Beckta website. And it's going to be a ton of fun for those people who are really adventurous and want to try something different. Okay, I think we're ready for the veg. And you know what? I'm going to use these tongs because it's a non-stick pan and I want to make sure that we don't scratch it up. I love this pan so much, but I promised my wife to use the nonstick pan tongs instead of the metal ones. So Brussels sprouts and mushrooms right now. So because I'm taping this a few days early because I'm going to a friend's cottage, we've just grabbed some nice portobello mushrooms. But that you're going to be getting is mushrooms from Le Coprin, Christophe Marino, one of our favorite suppliers. And he's near Wakefield, Quebec, and has been such a wonderful partner for so many years. We started using him 18 years ago when we opened Bechta, and I love that we keep working with these guys. And he's just such a nice guy and has the best product around. And the Brussels sprouts at this time of year are really fresh. Oftentimes people say, oh, I don't like Brussels sprouts, but you know what? You may not have just had good ones. So while the pork is resting, I am going to put the sauce on because, as the chef says, putting the sauce on top of the pork, you kind of lose the greatness of it, of the presentation. So let me see if I can drizzle this around. I'm a huge fan of demi-glaze for so many reasons. I think I talked about brodo once, which is I make for people in my life who are sick and needing some love. And brodo is like a distillation of great beef bone reduction. All right. And from a presentation point of view, always remember to wipe the plates. All right. Now it is time for some pork. So you can slice your pork anyway. Chef Rich said, I like big slices. So I'm going to do some of that. Oh, man, this looks good. Perth pork chop, another great local product that we've been using for a long time. And it is not just your normal store-bought pork chop. First of all, the brine and then the sous vide make it something really special. I've got just a few pea shoots in the fridge. Chef Rich, I hope you don't mind, because I always like garnishing things. We'll see about getting a little garnish for you guys this week, but honestly, just a little bit of green, whatever you have in your kitchen, is a beautiful thing to be able to finish it off. So that is our pork chop sous vide brined with mushrooms, Brussels sprouts, creamy polenta, and the sauce Robert. Guys, thank you very much for being here. Thanks for ordering this week. Thanks for your amazing support. Patio's going away soon, so make sure to get out there before they do. Gazella can close down their main patio September 14th, but we'll still bring out tables and chairs until October 1st. Hope to see you there. Bechtel, we've got some great private rooms inside. Come on anytime. And again, thanks for all the support and love, and I hope you enjoy your dinner.